Hi darlings, you're welcome to our channel. You're welcome to another beautiful Sunday. Today is all about shopping, shopping, shopping. Are you ready? Yay, I must see you shortly. Yes, you're welcome back to our channel. As you know, my name is Morayo Ahunanya, and together with you, we are on a journey currently, a journey exploring, delivering, birthing, motherhood, parenthood in Nigeria. And today we're going to be talking about shopping for baby, especially as a first-time mom. Amen. I've put a guide in the link below, and if you can, I would like you to download it and look at it as we're talking, because it's from that guide that I'm going to be guiding you today. I'm just going to be explaining the guide and the reason why I put the things that I've put. I've put the basics really, and they're in two groups. There's the baby's list and there's the mommy's list. In each group there are subgroups. Shall we get right into it, or should I wait a second for you to download the guide? Oh yeah, let's go. So the first thing on baby's list is clothing, of course, and on the first thing in the clothing is bodysuits. Bodysuits. I recommend that you get at least 5 pairs of either onesies or houses. But something else that I didn't put here, because I only put the basics, is baby gowns. And my son used them the first 3 months of his life. He wore that baby gown. When you're getting onesies as well, especially if you want to go out, you don't want to be wearing baby gowns for your child. Baby gowns are very homely. They are like jalabias, but they help you to roll over and clean in very easily in the middle of the night. Anyways, when you're getting onesies, I advise you not to get the snap-ons. Please get the zippers. They are very easy to offload and unload. If you get what I mean, rather than snap-ons that are not easy to coordinate, especially if you're tired or sleepy or in a hurry, which are tendencies of the first-time parent or first weeks of delivery, after post-delivery. Okay, the next thing here are bibs. Babies use bibs a lot, let me just tell you. So I've recommended you get at least 10 bibs. The next thing are mittens. Mittens, at least 5 pairs of mittens. Especially for babies, when they are scratching, they scratch their face a lot. They are trying to understand themselves, understand their bodies, and their nails grow so fast. So please, if you can, get mittens for your baby. Get stockings. And oh, for the mittens and for the stockings, if you can, buy uniform pairs, uniform design. If you're buying 5 pairs, buy the same design, because some of them tend to misplace. It won't pay you so much if one out of a pair misplaces, because it is similar to the next pair, if you get what I mean. And another thing I would advise you to get are snap-on booties. I will link some images down here. They were so useful for me, especially after Joshua got dedicated and started going out more often. They were bigger than him, but they didn't come off. And till now, I haven't bought him shoes. I don't think you need to buy shoes in the first day of a baby's life. And it was one of the most valuable advices that I got. Freely I'm giving back to you. Moving on, because this list is plenty. Blankets. Blankets are some of the most confusing things ever. When I first of all had my baby, there were flannels, receiving blankets, swaddle blankets, this, that, and I was just so confused. What blanket am I supposed to get my baby? Well, I'm here to help you reduce the confusion. If you're like me, that just likes things that are basic and utilitarian, then you want to be getting more of receiving blankets. They are bigger than the regular blankets, and they are not too cozy, but they do the job of swaddling in your baby. And if you're not like me and you're all fancy, you like genge, then you want to get swaddle blankets. They are softer, they are cozier, they have variety of designs, and they are helpful in swaddling your baby as well. Another usefulness of receiving blankets is that if you have a cot, the crib is the bigger one. If you have a cot, receiving blankets are big enough to also act as bed sheets for your baby's cot. Okay? Now we're going to grooming and healthcare. For grooming and healthcare, of course, the first thing on that list will be the starter kit. Those ones that have the scissors, the thermometer, the nasal, the snot sucker in them. It has the cotton board, cotton wool, just like a first aid kit. Okay, so I would advise that you can even get a first aid kit for your baby. Get a baby's first aid kit and have all these things inside. Another thing that is useful in the grooming and healthcare of child is the cool mist humidifier, alongside the snot sucker and the saline solution, nasal saline solutions for babies. They were very instrumental whenever my son had a catarrh or any runny kind of nose when he was very small, and those times may come, so you have to be prepared for that. Okay, the next thing on this list is diapering. And diapering is one of my favorites because, as I told you one time, babies drink diapers. I would advise, of course, you're going to get diapers as gifts, but I would still advise that you buy your own diapers, maybe a set or 2 sets, to keep in the house, to store in the house. Also for diapering, get diaper mats if you can. Sometimes diaper mats come with a diaper bag. Get a diaper bag as well. You're going to need them, especially when you start to go out. Get a good diaper bag. I got the Skip Hop brand. And with the Skip Hop brand comes the diaper mat, okay? You can get that, or you can as well buy the diaper mat that they put on top of the baby's dressing table. I would advise that you get lots of napkins as well if you're like me, where you co-sleep with your baby. I didn't do the crib, putting a baby in a separate room. No, I co-slept, but not on the same bed, in the same room. Baby had his own cot, we had our own bed. What's the name of that cot? It's not Nuna Baby now. But I will put the image and the name in the link, or in an image here, so that you can see. What was I saying about diapering? Yeah, you can get napkins, lots of napkins, and put on your bed, change baby at night. I used to use napkins, and I used to change the napkins every single day. They're not expensive. They're like 100 naira if you go to any departmental store in Nigeria. Now, the next thing you're going to need for diapering are wipes. And I would advise that you get water wipes the first few months of your baby's lives. I got a carton of water wipes for Joshua when we had him, and it was very good. It's more soothing on the baby's skin. It's easier on the baby's skin. You just want to get something that is healthy for them because they're just entering this world. Amen. If you can afford it, please do. Also, for diapering, you need a diaper cream. A diaper cream can be a proper diaper cream, like Aquaphor Pseudo Cream, or you can do petroleum jelly. I use Vaseline for my son, and he doesn't react to it. Okay. The next subgroup that we're going to is bath time. Bath time is fun time for some babies, and it can be cry time for some babies, like my baby. We used to bath my baby once in a day, and there are many things involved in this experiment. First of all, for the first few months, even till now, we had a place where we stored boiled water. So we would boil the water for him and just keep, because baby's immune system is not that strong. You don't want to be exposing them to all sorts. So I would advise you to get a storage bucket for your water. You can also get a nice bathtub for bathing a child. We got the foldable one for Joshua. I may put the picture below. Get a plastic chair to sit on to bath baby. Get towels for the baby. Get lots of towels, maybe at least 3 sets of hooded towel and covering towel, so that after a bath baby, we would clean baby with covering towel, and then we'll put him inside the hooded towel. Then we would go and clean, dress him up. Okay. So, and I would also advise that you get a good brand of baby bathing sets. A very good brand. Should I list some? The ones I use for Joshua, Ethy Goodness and Sebumed. And I know there's Boots, there's Cousins, and they're all good. Okay, moving on. The next is bedtime. For bedtime, I think I should put dressing as well. You need nappy oil, nappy rash cream sometimes for baby. Just keep that in mind. For bedtime, please get your baby a good crib or cot, a good quality one for sleeping. Get them mosquito nets. First few years of their lives, they don't need to be bitten by mosquito. Babies are very fragile. Mosquito is a very deadly disease, so please protect your babies as much as you can. Okay, get bed sheets. If you can afford to, get at least 5 sets. Okay, now moving on. The next thing here on this, get infant slippers. I think that's the gown I talked about, the jalabia. The next thing on the list is the playtime. For playtime, I advise you get Montessori toys. They are very simple, they are very easy to use, and you don't have to buy too many. The ones I advise the most are baby cloth books, especially high contrast ones, and this plastic like mirrors, and just wooden toys that are easy to work with, and you don't have to buy too many, just a little is enough. Babies will play with things that you like anyways. They'll play with your phone and things like that, but you still need to buy that. Buy high contrast books for them. Buy what are these touch and feel books for them. It's very helpful. That's what I got for my son anyways. For playtime as well, if you can have an activity center, some children like them. I bought, but my son didn't use it, an activity center where they just play in and all that. And for playtime as well, you can get a play mat. It can also serve as a sleeping mat at the end of the day. Okay, moving on. Transport. Please, 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 and please, parents, don't do RO with your children. I'm not trying to sound elitist or anything, but if you have a car, please get a car seat for your child. Safety is of utmost importance. Better safe than sorry. And let your children be strapped in whether they like it or not when you're in transit. Okay. The next and the final group, we've dealt with the subgroups of the baby's list, is the mommy's list. And the first thing on that list is feeding baby. Now, there are different types of. Wait, I didn't talk about feeding for baby, right? Apologies. In the subgroup for baby, there is feeding, and there are two types of babies. They're basically, or three types. There are some babies that are exclusively breastfed on breast and breast milk. There are some that are mixed breast milk and formula, and there are some that are exclusively fed on formula. Now, for these different types of babies, there are different types of things that you need to get for their feeding time. I would advise you to know from the start, what do you want to do? Do you want to breastfeed your baby, or do you want to formula feed your baby? And there's no shaming in any of them. Okay, do you boldly. Okay, so if you're doing breastfeeding, I would advise you to get yourself a very good breast pump, preferably Medela. Get yourself storage bags if you can, and if you want to be pumping to keep, the same advice now goes to the formula mama. Don't buy a lot of bottles now. Buy different brands of anti-colic bottles, maybe 3 or 4. You can buy Tommy TP, Komotomo, Philips, Avent. They're buy just 4 different brands and check the one that your child likes the most, because sometimes babies reject bottles. Funny part for me, I exclusively breastfed my baby. He's almost still only eating breast milk now, safe, and he would rather suck on a cracked nipple. He would rather take blood than take a bottle. He didn't want bottle, he rejected bottle. So all the bottles we bought were a waste. But moving on from that, just know don't go and invest in a lot of, just buy a set of Tommy TV bottles. You're wasting money. But what I would advise you to get is the sterilizer. If you can afford it, please get a bottle sterilizer. Bottle and plastic and all those things sterilizer. Buy it. It's an investment rather than boiling water and putting Milton inside. And if you can't afford it, as I said, get Milton tablets or the liquid, and then get a big pot dedicated to boiling water for sterilization. You can't expose your babies to any dirt. They are young, they are small, and their immune systems aren't built. So that's for feeding in a subgroup of babies list. Now we're going to mommy's list. Mommy's list, we're starting with feeding as well. For mommy's list, please get, if you're breastfeeding, get nappy cream. What's it called? Nipple cream. Nipple cream. I didn't want to look at it. Get nipple cream, and don't worry, don't be shy, or get nipple guard. Your nipples may crack on this journey. It's normal, it's usual. You'll get over it. It's not the end of the world, okay? But to help, to soothe things there, get nipple cream, okay? Also, get maternity, beautiful maternity lounge wears, or you can wear tops like this that are just very easy to remove. And for the formula mama, have yourself with more beeps, okay? And also you two should get easy, nice dressy wears. Now for under there, let's start with healing. For healing, I would advise you to get this DIY healing mix that I will explain further in the next season. The first one is lavender oil on this healing mix. The second one is rosemary water. The third one is aloe vera gel, and the fourth is witch hazel, the one that doesn't have alcohol inside. I think it's called non-astringent. The one that doesn't have alcohol inside. You mix them in little portions on top of what? A sanitary pad. Now, you're not going to get the usual sanitary pad when you just give birth. You're going to get the maternity sanitary pad. It's very big. In Nigeria here, it's called Comfit. Or if you can afford to, get this these panties that old people wear. I've forgotten the name now. Is a pant, right? But it's kind of soaks in their poo, their pee when they can't stand up. So you can get that as well. But that one can be very, very disgusting. So just get the sanitary pad and then get brief-like pants to wear with them. That's for under there. And finally, for mama, what are we looking at? Finally, for mama, I would advise you that in your grooming set, you add a little extra to it. When some women give birth, they complain that they are losing hair. So buy products that help to enhance or stimulate hair growth. Also, they complain that their skin, things are going to be going back to normal. Your nose that was big before will reduce. So buy things that will help or aid your skin to be able to fight back easier. Buy niacinamide products that have that in them, or collagen, elastin, kind of things that help your skin to rebuild and regain strength after maternity. That's about it. That's about all that I have to offer. I hope you've learned something from today's session. I love you guys, and I will see you next week when we talk about your hospital bag. Bye.